Hey, welcome back to Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. Justice League comes out November 17th. This is a continuous coverage of Justice League's release date and everything leading up to it. So here we are today. There's so much stuff going on, like a lot of stuff. There's TV spots with a lot of footage. So if you want to avoid footage at all possible, please don't look in your Twitter feed. Don't go online. Don't watch TV. I don't care. There's so many things going on for Justice League. Promotions galore, everything up leading up to that point. And of course, everybody's talking about the tickets, man. Everybody wants advanced tickets. I want advanced tickets. When is it coming out? Regal Cinemas released this today. Suit up and get ready. Regal's advanced tickets for Justice League are happening soon. Stay tuned. Tickets on sale soon. Now, there are people reporting that tickets will may even go on sale tomorrow, as early as tomorrow, or even the day after. In any case, it's going to be this week. And then we can finally say what the runtime is. Even though some theaters have confirmed it, there's still some theaters that are not accurate, or they're not connecting together. They're not actually having the same runtime. So we just have to wait for the final runtime. But still continuing that it most likely will be that 2-hour runtime, 120 minutes, 119, 121. If it's still there, please don't rest easy that that's still enough time. And Comic Book Debate put out this tweet that I approve. I mean, I really, well, not like I approve or anything. Like, I really say that this is a great list of movies that have done it well within that 122-hour, a little bit over, a little bit less, that worked very well when you go into the movie theaters, and it had enough time to tell a story, enough time to introduce all these characters, enough time for you to have some emotional attachment to these characters, to the story, to the plot. And this list, there's a lot more to this list. There's Fury Road, 120, Guardians of the Galaxy, which I mentioned, 121, Star Wars, 125, Spider-Man, 120, I didn't know that, Superman 2, 127. And I wanted to add in there that an hour and 57-minute Ocean's 11. There's 11 people in that movie that they all had to introduce, and also Andy Garcia as the villain in that movie. So if you're thinking about there's not enough time to really introduce 3 characters, not 5, because we already know who Wonder Woman, we already know Batman, we just have to introduce Cyborg, Flash, Aquaman, and we already know that Superman's going to be there. So that's enough time for 3. It's ridiculous that some people are thinking that's not enough time. I'm not sure. Maybe you felt that it should have been longer, and I bet there may be an ultimate cut later, sure, but that just gives you even more incentive to get the ultimate cut. So I'm just saying that. And if you're saying, well, Justice League, this is Justice League, we need to have that epic Justice League movie because this is the first time on screen. There is a movie that came out a long time ago. No, not that long time ago, but a movie called Justice League. It was animated, that was able to introduce all those characters, more than, I think about 7 of them, that came out on animated Blu-ray, DVD, digital. It was called Justice League War, and this movie did it perfectly. They had Darkseid in it, had parademons, they had a whole epic fight, and you got to know each and every character just by their actions. You kind of got the feel of them. This clocks in at 79 minutes. So please do not get discouraged and be uneasy about the 2-hour limit. Just go watch the film, and maybe you'll need more minutes, maybe you don't, but you don't know until you actually watch the film. And so, speaking of who watched the film, well, apparently this came in on Twitter. Fiona is all in. Fiona, who is at Fukujang 0627, she put out that the Chinese press, who were lucky or unlucky enough, I guess, to merely see an early screen of only 30 minutes of footage. 30 minutes of footage, spoiler free, This is a review for it. This is the original Chinese text, and she graciously translated in English. It says this: watched half-hour footage of Justice League movie. It's absolutely the most mature work of DCEU film so far. In this film, they explored the deepest possibility of this cinematic universe. The footage showed film balance well. Every hero has their brilliant moment. The whole movie attitude is very positive, but also continue to explore very serious topics like divinity and humanity. There are numerous characters in the film, but they all felt noble and mighty. They don't dazzle you with a bunch of costume clown so-called superheroes. After Wonder Woman's triumph this year, DC will definitely shine in this genre. We don't get to see Supes in the footage, but his spirit inspiring others through the whole thing. All in all, people gonna love to pay for seeing this. Now, and this is the original translation, Chinese version. If you are able to read Chinese, go ahead and let me know if that translation was correct by Fiona. But this is the first 30 minutes. So if it's a 120-minute movie, this is the first quarter of the film. So if the first quarter of the film they've already successfully in the first 30 minutes able to successfully introduce all these characters, and you know who they are within the first 30 minutes, then what do you have to worry about? Because the next 90 minutes is going to be glorified, awesome action, maybe bits of comedy here and there, lots of camaraderie, and I think it's going to be great. So this first 30-minute footage is already this good. I can't wait to see and hear about the rest of the film. And speaking of reviews that are coming out, John Campea had released this Twitter, and I've seen other people release this a similar tweet and similar videos, is that the Justice League review embargo lifts one day before the movie hit theaters. So what they're saying is that the review embargo lifts on November 15th, and while Justice League comes out November 17th. And for a lot of people, I think most everybody knows by now that when you say release date, you automatically see the night before. So there's like 2 or 1 showing the night before. For me, it's like around 7 p.m. November 16th. So, but in any case, it's still right before the movie comes out, the review embargo lifts. Now, in this video that John Campea, if you want to go ahead and check it out, he goes into the positive and the negative, and he asks if we should be worried. And I am right now not necessarily worried at all right now, because there's 2 things here, and he goes to 1 positive and negative. I'm going to do 2 positives here. The one is that the first thing is that Wonder Woman also had a similar review embargo lifting day. They also had it scheduled to lift the day before Wonder Woman's release, but prior to that, people saw it. There was screenings when it went out, the press screenings and such, and the reaction was really positive. So they decided to move the review embargo up so that people can get their reviews out, for people to get more excited and go out to the theaters to watch Wonder Woman. So that may happen here to Justice League, and John Campea had talked about that. The other thing is that the other big movie that has done the same is Star Wars The Force Awakens. Star Wars The Force Awakens, and I pull up a 2015 article here, is that Star Wars 7 reviews embargoed until December 16, 2015. Force Awakens opened on December 18th, 2015, so it is right before the release date. Now, Disney has had confidence in the film. They saw the people's reactions at the press screenings, the premiere. They've seen their reactions, but they decided to hold it off, only because they wanted to keep the spoilers at a very, very bare minimum. They didn't want anybody knowing what's going to happen in this film. They wanted to keep that secret. So that could also be a possibility for Justice League. Just as in Star Wars Force Awakens, spoiler alert, Han Solo dies. Rey becomes a Force user, not Finn. That type of secrecy that Justice League may want to keep. And that's exciting to know that if they're really trying to go that route, because they know that people are going to watch Justice League, they know tickets are going to go on sale, they know the track is going to do well, they know that people are going to be talking a lot about the press screenings and the premiere, but they want to keep the movie plot secret. That's exciting, because that means there's a lot more to this movie than we think there is, or possibly there is. Now, you and I know, us fanboys know that Superman is alive. Spoiler alert, Superman is definitely going to be in this movie, but you'd be very much surprised that there are a lot of people, I swear, there are a lot of people out there, the general audience, who don't even know that Superman's in this movie. There are actually some hateful tweets I've seen online where they actually said, well, this Justice League movie is gonna suck because there's no Superman in it. What kind of Justice League has no Superman in it? They don't know, they don't understand. So I think there's still a lot of people who don't think there's Superman, even though you see him in the promotional material. But that's great, because that will be much more surprising for them. Maybe the whole thing about Flash moving around timelines, I don't know if that's for real, for true. Green Lantern, I don't know. Okay, I'm just putting out there speculation that there could be secrets and of this plot that Warner Brothers and DC want to keep hidden all the way up to the movie's release date. So that's my 2 points. What I think that why the review embargo is not until the day before. There's also many factors. It could also be just be a WB thing, as they've done it with Wonder Woman, they've done it with Blade Runner. It's just what they do, and it could possibly move up as press screenings and premieres are happening, and they've started to feel that a lot of people will love to know a little bit about this movie. Maybe even like a small little social media Twitter that's allowed, but not a full review. That could happen as well. So rest easy. Let's just wait a few more days. We really have to wait that long. It's like weeks, man. So I cannot wait to see this movie, and I'm sure you can't wait to see it too. But what do you guys think about the review embargo? Do you think this could spell trouble, or do you think, like how along the lines I think, where there's some positives to this and there's some things that Warner Brothers DC do not want to reveal yet until right up to the release date? Alright, well, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching this continued Justice League coverage all the way up to the release date. I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I'll see you again. Bye.